Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, the MBA Guinea Pig. My name is Urvashi Jain and I make videos on everything MBA, how I prepared for CAT, my time at MDI Gurgaon and things I've been doing after passing out in my job life or otherwise. So if those are the kinds of things which interest you, please do like, share and subscribe because your support is what keeps me motivated to make more and more videos. Now I'm going to discuss with you some books which I totally want you to read, especially if you're preparing for CAT or you are going through your interviews during MBA and therefore you are in an uncertain phase of your life. These are not just self-help books. These are books which are very much stories and those stories are really going to give you a push in life to just, push yourself that a little bit longer or give you an idea to feel motivated today or, give you some insights for your interviews. So therefore, I feel like these books were a very rich experience, which not just helped me get through to a better place in life, but also helped me during my interviews and shape my personality in general. One tip I would give you before I begin the book list is try listening to books rather than reading books. The reason I say that is because you must be studying quite a lot and therefore the exposure to your eyes must have increased massively, especially at least for me. I'm on work from home, so I work quite a lot on my laptop and therefore my eyes hurt by the end of the day. So I've switched to listening to books rather than reading them. And the benefit of listening to books is one, it's cheaper. You don't require space to store those books. Third, you can actually listen to how certain words are pronounced, so it kind of helps you improve your vocabulary and actually the way you speak. So yes, definitely I would recommend that start listening to books. And where can you start listening to books? So I figured an app. It's called Storytel. So it's called Storytel. Now I've borrowed my dad's iPad for the demonstration for this video, but usually I use Storytel on my cell phone. So basically what I just do is that so I go to recommendations and they have books in all kinds of languages. Okay, it's not just that they have books in English, they have books in all major Indian languages as well. So I prefer English and Hindi. For this, the books that I'm gonna mention in this video are all in English, so don't worry. But anyway, so what I do is I just go to the app and then there are so many recommendations. So for example, explore the world books. So for example, I chose Agatha Christie. So the good thing about Storytel is that you can actually listen to the sample. So I play a sample for myself.
Somewhat matter-of-fact manner. Madame Nadina accepted the tribute with the ease of long habit and passed on to her dressing room, where bouquet.
Okay, so the good thing is, if you can see over here, the book is called The Man in the Brown Suit. Okay, the book is by Agatha Christie and it is being read by Emilia Fox. So that is what I love about Storytel. It's not a computerized voice reading the book to you. There is always a new person reading the book to you, and sometimes the person is the author himself or herself. Or some celebrity reader, so which kind of makes the experience so much more richer and interesting. So you can actually listen to different pronunciations, different dialects of how certain words are spoken. So it's as good as watching a movie without actually committing to sit somewhere and watching it. So you can just plug in your earphones and listen to the book, which I really love about the Storytel app. And the other reason why I switched to using this app was because all I have to do is pay 299 rupees per month. So I got first 30 days free, and after the first 30 days trial, I get to just pay 299 rupees per month, and then I can read unlimited books throughout that month, which I guess is amazing because even if I just buy one single book, that costs me about minimum 300 rupees, right? So I usually read about 3 to 4 books a month, and 3 to 4 books would be around minimum 1,000 rupees. So over here for 299 rupees, I have so many books at my disposal. So that is something I really liked about Storytel, and therefore I kind of switched to listening to books. There are some more features of this app that I would discuss with you, and the benefits of listening to a book that I would discuss with you. But first, let's start with the book list that I recommend you read during this phase of life. So the very first book that I want you to read is The Secret. The Secret was a very famous movie actually. It is about a 1.5 hour movie, which then Rhonda Byrne went ahead and translated into a book. So the thing about The Secret is basically, I literally just say it out loud, and yet I would not give anything away. The Secret says that whatever you think, you manifest it into the universe, and that is why whatever you think comes back to you, whether it be negative thoughts or positive thoughts. But the book does a wonderful job of sort of giving you practical ways of manifesting into the universe what you actually really want. And that's why I really suggest that you read the book The Secret. I've actually read this book thrice, once during my 12th standard, once during my CAT preparation, and once very recently. So every time I read this book, I take something new away from it, and it just kind of resets me on a path to how should I control my thoughts, or what direction should I drive my thoughts into. So definitely read this book. The second book that I would ask you to read is Sapiens. Okay, the full name of the book is Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind. It's written by Yuval Noah Harari. I'm only halfway reading this book. So I started reading it on Storytel only, in fact. So I'm only halfway reading this book. So this book is related by Derek Perkins. Yuval Noah Harari combined the knowledge of science, archaeology, morphology, and history into how human beings came into existence, how we evolved into being Homo sapiens, and then what were our societal structures. First of all, how did we evolve? Then how did we start to live in societies? How those societies came to live by different beliefs, and then how that led us to evolve, and what direction are we headed in right now. I'm just halfway through the book, and I'm still recommending it, is because this book will really give you a new approach to why your instincts are the way they are, and I definitely feel like it will help you during your interviews. So give it a listen. Okay, now the third book which I want to discuss with you is it's called The Prophet. It's by Khalil Gibran, and basically this book, I would say, is like this book is like thoughts strewn into a book, and there is one particular verse of it which I really love. So let's listen to the book. Okay, now what I did was, just so that I'm able to like bring out the part which I love, I bookmarked it. So yeah, let's go to that bookmark. So basically what you can do is, whenever you're reading the book, you can just bookmark it, and you can drop a comment, and you can drop like multiple bookmarks. So I dropped a bookmark, and like this is the one that I want you to go through. So since I'm asking you to listen to a book, let me read this out to you. Okay, and then a scholar said, "Speak of talking." And he answered, saying, "You talk when you cease to be at peace with your thoughts, and when you can no longer dwell in the solitude of your heart, you live in your lips. And sound is a diversion and a pastime. And in much of your talking, thinking is half murdered. For thought is a bird of space that, in a cage of words, may indeed unfold its wings, but cannot fly." Amazing, right? So I love this book, The Prophet, and it talks about love, it talks about longing, it talks about children, it talks about religion, it talks about dying, it talks about harvesting, it talks about studying. It's so thought-provoking. I really like this book. I found it very comforting. And what I love about this app as well is that so you can actually also read. You can listen as well as read the book. So if you want to like switch on the medium, and if you actually have the time to sit back and read, then again, in the same 299 rupees, you can totally just read the book as well. So that is something which I really like about this medium. The next book that I would really suggest all of you, whatever phase in life you are in, you should go through, is Ernest Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea. Okay, now The Old Man and the Sea is like, there are two books, both of which I'm going to mention in this video. One, The Old Man and the Sea, and the second is To Kill a Mockingbird. I would say they are my Bibles. I don't have a religious Bible. I have these books serving me as my Bibles because one, The Old Man and the Sea taught me that even when you face, when you're unlucky for, quite some time, it's okay. You have to keep pushing yourself. You have to push yourself with strength, with courage, with poise, with the help of friendship, but you have to keep pushing yourself. You can't give up. You need to have the longing to love life, okay? To have this yearning to live, okay? That is something which this book taught me, because it's about this 84-year-old fisherman who's gone, not 84-year-old fisherman. It's about this old fisherman who's gone 84 days without a single catch, which means he has no food, he has no money. And therefore he goes out into the sea on a fishing escapade. And then you read the book as to what happens when he goes out there all by himself. This book is magnificent, guys, and it's not a very long read, so please read it. I'm sure it will help you if you're going through a rough patch in your life, and it's just going to give you that anchor of hope that we just have to push ourselves, and we have to get through the tough times, okay? The second book which I just mentioned that I want you to read is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Again, if for nothing else, read this book because it's going to help you in your interviews. Why I love this book is because so the book is set in the USA, and it's about this young girl. She's a white girl who sees her dad, who's a lawyer, fight for a black man, okay? And they are kind of ostracized in the society because being whites, they are trying to protect the rights of a black man who isn't, of course, like in those times, in those days, it was like far more justified and easier to say that a black man was at wrong. So therefore she sees how her father, who's a lawyer, stands up to fight the case for this black man. And it's a very innocent story about how a child sees that whole thing, what she interprets from this whole scenario. Not a heavy read, very light read, very thought-provoking, but at the same time entertaining, very sweet book. And I just feel like this book shaped the way I think about certain things. So definitely something which I would like you to read. When I gave my interviews for MBA, I mentioned this book twice or thrice over, and to my surprise, a lot of professors actually recognized the book and had read it themselves. So definitely please go through it. The next book which I would like you to read is The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Now, I just want you to kind of distract yourself from the drudgeries of studying day in, day out, or, worrying about something. And like Sherlock Holmes takes that whole worry away from your shoulders. It's a detective novel, amazing English words used in there, amazing plot twists. So therefore, this is something which has entertained me for so long, and very super clean book. So super witty, super clean. That's why I really, really love the Sherlock Holmes. The last book that I would mention today is the DaVinci Code, okay, by Dan Brown. Why am I suggesting you to read the DaVinci Code is because, or any book by Dan Brown for that matter, is because Dan Brown has this thing that he again brings thriller, theology, religion, takes you through a country. You really like live through the country when you're reading his book. So kind of a lot of topics kind of come and submerge. It's like a what do you call it? It's like a pot brewing of a lot of different themes weaved into one story, which kind of gives you a peek into a lot of different things. So that's why I really like this book. So if we let's listen to the book.
The DaVinci Code by Dan Brown. Narrated by Jeffrey Harding. This work is copyrighted 2003 by Dan Brown.
Sorry.
This recording is copyrighted 2003.
I've set the speed to 1.75x. That's why it's going so fast.
By WF House Limited.
So you can actually fix the speed if you want to, like, if you want it to go
Fact.
faster, it can go faster
The
or
Priory of
slower.
Sion, a European secret society.
So one thing which I love about here is I already told you that you can sort of download the book, or you can increase or decrease the speed. You can bookmark it, and then you can also like snooze time it. So like I listen to the book usually in the night. So what I do is I set it at a 45-minute, and then it kind of switches off itself after 45 minutes. So that's literally somebody reading me to sleep, which I really love about the experience. But yes, do read the Dan Brown book because so I'll tell you, when I went to Europe, I was at the Louvre and I saw that obelisk. Okay, I saw that structure, and it totally took me back to the Dan Brown book, and I realized that all my life I was set in my mind that someday I will personally go to the Louvre, see the structure because I've read about it in this book, and I'm going to go to the Notre Dame and see that church. And it's crazy how like since that day I was sort of working myself towards getting me to that point. And that is what books do to you. They make you travel the world without like stepping foot outside your room. And especially Dan Brown books, they give such a good vivid description of the places they are set in that you really want to travel them. And I feel like that is also like a thought map, and that is also something good to aspire for, that you actually travel these places virtually and you want to then someday actually make it into a reality. So always keep yourselves close to books which give you a peek into a different world from yours. So these were my books which I definitely recommend you to read. I know I spoke a lot about this app Storytel, so I will drop a link in the description box, and in the comments I'll highlight the comment and I'll give you the website link. If you use that website link, you get a 30-day discount, as in you get 30 days trial for free, and then they start charging you. So get started with that, and I hope these books help you, these books support you, and these books become your best friend just like they are mine. With that, bye bye.